Today on Something to Talk About, we talk with our friends, Navy spouses, and the USO, two groups that work together to make life easier for service members and assist Guam's most needy. That's ahead on Something to Talk About. And welcome to Something to Talk About. Nice to have you here. We are, of course, at King's in Tamuning, enjoying the lovely fare, the Chesa Platter. And I've got some friends with us from the Guam Naval Officers Spouses Connection. The president is the lovely lady in the middle, Laura Peter, and then the vice president, Jay Va'o, from the vice president, right?
Correct, yes.
What's the acronym? What's the name? No. The acronym is GNOSC. All right, GNOSC. And then we've got, of course, Ed Labita from the USO. Hi, everyone.
Hello. Thank you so much for having us.
It's my pleasure to have you. I hope that you'll enjoy this.
Absolutely.
Now, this is not foreign to you guys, right? Because you guys are new to Guam. Relatively. You're new to Guam.
I just got here in July, so yes.
Okay, so Jay's new to Guam from Hawaii.
I'm originally from Hawaii. We just transferred in from Rhode Island.
Okay, all right. Originally from Hawaii. And Laura, where are you from?
I'm from everywhere. My dad was in the Air Force, Air Force.
So you
child.
belong to the world,
The
basically.
world. I claim Hawaii as home too.
Okay. Is that where you were born?
I was not born there, but I spent 9 years of my marriage there.
Okay.
And that's home
That's
for
kind
me.
of what you guys, when you're in the military like that, you get to claim the longest place
Exactly,
that you've
yeah.
ever,
Yeah.
this is where I'm from kind of thing. Okay. Well, it's, of course, I'm sure you've tried all of the food, so this is, anytime you want to hack into any of this. Should we describe what it is? But you've had this before, right?
Yeah,
Kelligman.
I've actually had a lot of the
it.
stuff that's already on the plate.
Yeah.
So like
well, you know lumpia, that's universal.
Yeah.
A tinalan chutney, which
I
is
don't know
like
about that. Do you guys
I
know
haven't
about
tried the
that?
chutney
The
yet.
Tinala Chutney. Do you want to
Tinala
explain
This
what
is
that
kind of
is?
like a smoked, dried
very nice.
beef
Yeah.
brisket. And then they have, you might know it as tortillas. We call it tortillas, right, over here.
Yeah.
This is a sweet kind of thing. It's
little
really good. They
sweeter.
fry it. It's just fried food. Anyway, it's so nice to have you guys. I haven't met very many people from the organization, but every once in a while we get some kind of news release about something that you guys are doing. So we haven't tapped into the connection. So tell me, what is the organization about?
GNOSC is an organization, nonprofit, that also brings in spouses. We connect through friendship. A lot of us are from far, far away, so we have events every month so our spouses can get to know each other. And then we also have the charity side of our organization.
Okay. And so you are both obviously married to naval officers.
Yes.
You're married to?
My husband Ryan, he's on the Frank Cable.
Okay.
Yes.
And you are married to?
My wife, Melanie, she's over at Joint Region Marianas.
Okay. And so you have been traveling around basically the world, the nation, following this spouse, right?
Correct.
How important is it when you get to, another tour, a new place, for example, like Guam?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
super important, especially to connect being so far away. Not just being in distance, but time. So you're waking up, everyone's going to bed from back home, your friendship, so your family. So coming here, connecting with other spouses was super important.
Yeah. So were you always part of an organization wherever you were
No.
transferred?
No, actually, GNOSC was my first.
Your first.
Yes.
And then you became the president. So
Yeah.
you really got involved. Yeah.
Well, I loved the
Right.
charity work that was
Yeah.
behind
Yeah.
GNOSC. So.
Do you agree that it bides the time a bit too as well?
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, just my husband just came back from deployment, and it kept me so busy. I was grateful.
Yeah.
Really grateful.
That you had some
I had
other
all that to do.
distractions
Yes.
than counting down.
Yes.
Counting down the days. Tell me what it's like for you, Jay. Your wife is in the Navy, obviously,
Correct,
right?
yes.
Yeah. She's in the Navy, and you're traveling around behind her.
Correct.
Everywhere she goes. That's kind of a different role, don't you think? Are you the only
It
man
is.
in the organization?
Actually, there's one other.
Okay.
But he's busy doing his own thing, so I'm more alone
Yeah.
by myself. So it's a unique situation. The male military spouses are normally the proverbial unicorns. We're hardly ever seen. We are there. Coming up through doing this kind of thing, I didn't have that support either, so I got involved later on. I've gotten involved several times. I used to be the president for the military spouse of Newport back in Rhode Island.
Okay.
Ombudsman for several years, several times for multiple commands. So I've done my fair share.
Yeah. Are you also employed while you're doing this? Is this a sort of side thing, or do either one of you work outside the home?
Not at this time for me. I just got here, so
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get the lay of the land, if you will.
What's your trade? What do you?
I have a very eclectic background, so I've done everything from real estate to law enforcement.
Oh, okay. So, all right, you got a skill set that would match perfectly here. How about you, Laura?
No, I stay at home.
Yeah, that's
and
great,
yeah, especially moving so much. One of the downfalls of being a military spouse is picking up moving, starting over.
Yeah.
So
So the particular interest in Guam is, and you can jump here anytime here, Ed, but the particular interest in Guam is that you are so far away.
Yes.
And so is the fact that Guam is so small, do you feel like there's limited things to do as well? Or is it just trying to keep busy so that you can forget how far away from your family, your other family you are?
I tend to stay really busy here. So there's a lot to do here. Outdoors, the beach, stand-up paddle, hiking. I mean, I stay incredibly busy, but it's through our organization.
Yeah. It must have been different, or I don't know what it was like for you when they told you, oh, you're moving to Guam.
We actually wanted to be here. We're so much closer from Rhode Island to Hawaii. It's 10,000 plus miles. So we're now 3,300 miles close, well, far away from Hawaii. So
Right.
it's a little bit closer to my family. Unfortunately, we left behind our oldest son in Rhode Island because he's in college.
Okay.
So it's for that time frame, it's a little bit more difficult for him.
Yeah.
He's just starting out, kind of thing. But my family, we're just
Well, you're just
right away.
you're 8 hours away right
Right.
now, so that must feel pretty good being 8 hours away.
Right.
Yeah. Where are your parents, though, Laura?
My dad retired in Hawaii, and my brother's in New Mexico.
Oh, okay. So Ed, you have to probably make friends rather quickly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the turnover is kind of high, isn't it?
Right,
But,
yeah. Every couple of years you see a new administration come in, but it's always great working with all of the spouses at GNOS. And just what they were saying, we see that every day at the USO. Family members, whether it be a spouse or a child or even the deployed service member comes into the USO, and they're always very far away from home. And we try to, like GNOS, connect them to the island, our island community. We have a lot of great sponsors that keep the USO going, and show them that there is a lot of support for military families here in Guam.
That really does. Wherever you have gone to other duty stations, is it the same kind of thing, or is it being this far away make a bigger difference?
For me,
in
it's typically
connections?
been being so far away. When
Yeah.
we were in Hawaii, we had more connections.
Yeah.
When we were here, especially, yes.
You have more access to the mainland
Yes.
as well, too. I mean,
Yes.
this does feel like a farther off region. So, so the fact that you're coming here and you have to acclimate,
Yes.
that's a really big part of the move.
Yes.
Anybody grew up in a military family knows that's the order of the game. I mean,
Right.
there's nothing new about somebody telling you, well, you got to uproot and move your whole family someplace
Right.
else, right?
Right.
Yeah. So is it easier, though? I know you said the distance between here and Hawaii makes it much more palatable because you don't feel like
Right.
it's so far away. But you're still really, in a place that is much smaller in size by, if we're
That
going
is
to
true.
compare it to Hawaii. And, you can't cross over very much into, another county line or fly to another county in this case, or cross over a state line to get anywhere. Anywhere
Right.
you go, especially around here, it's going to be 3 hours at the very least. Yeah.
Yeah, and
True.
I think,
Yeah.
it is what you make of it. I mean,
Yep.
there's definitely some military families that find a lot of stuff to do here. Like Laura or Jay, join organizations. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a military organization. It can be a sporting organization, like a paddling group, or stand-up paddling, or Galites, it's really just making sure that they know what's out there and available, because you know, there's unfortunately other families that I've spoken to that they don't want to leave base. They just want to stay there, and because you know, they're afraid, or they're not exactly sure what's out there. And there's a vibrant, great, you know, giving and welcoming community out here in Guam that unfortunately a lot of people don't get to see.
Well, that's I think that is the crux of the issue here, that a lot of times we do get military families who feel more secure in an environment that they know. And
Yes.
they're right in a community, it's behind the fence, and you don't have to worry about any danger coming to you. But did you have any sort of, I don't know, were there reviews about Guam when before you got here, where you went, oh boy, should I live on base or should I live off base? Or
There's few. Guam is technologically behind, so it's really closed off from a lot of information that we could pull and discern. So there was only a few places where I could go to get that information, and it's mainly from people who actually were here before. So, oh, okay, well, this is the groups that are here. These are the organizations. Contact them, reach out to them, and then that's the information that I got was through them. And it's not necessarily a bad. It's up to you whichever way you want to go, if you want to live on base or off base. But these are your options, and that was very helpful.
yeah, knowing that there are so many people who actually live off base
Right.
and want
I
to
do.
explore. Yeah,
We
you
live
do.
off base.
Okay. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about what you guys do, what GNOS does, how you, I think, raise money for organizations on Guam and charitable organizations. And we are in the months of the holidays, so there's a lot
Absolutely.
of giving that has to be done. We'll be right back with something to talk about. Come on back. And welcome back to Something to Talk About. Our friends from GNOS get here, as well as from the USO. Our friend Ed, everybody knows Ed. Ed's been
Hello.
around for a while. It's nice to have you again with us. This time of year is usually a sacred time for organizations, charitable organizations that are always using this period to find support. What kind of support do you guys offer? And to what organizations?
We typically in the past we had organizations write in the things that they need specifically. We've helped Harvest House, Gain, Guam Moms, Oasis, to name a few. Ali.
Yeah, Alicia.
Yeah.
Right.
Shelter.
Those are.
Did you
ones.
guys seek these out, or did you have to get somebody to solicit for it? Yeah.
No, they typically come to us.
Oh,
We've been
okay.
doing it for so many years now that they
Your regular
Yeah,
resource
mhm.
for them. How big is the organization?
I think last we checked it was
In the 70s?
70s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You have that
Mhm.
many?
We have that many
What's the
members.
turnover every couple of years or every year? Is there a little bit of a turnover?
It's actually every year. The board convenes every year, so we elect new members every year.
Oh, okay. I mean, but the membership.
Typically, people are here about 2 to 3 years.
Yeah. So
Yep.
there's a kind of a high turnover.
Yes.
So that's why you have to have these organizations, these charities already in place, so
Yes.
you're not
Right.
trying to reinvent the wheel every time
Exactly.
somebody comes in.
Yeah, and we've been working with them with GNOS, the organization, for over 10 years. You know, we do 2 really big events of the year, and you know, they're very large events for the USO, and I think some of the 2 of the biggest for GNOS as well. And this is our Asian Bazaar in the fall, and our holiday arts and crafts fair in the fall, and our Asian Bazaar in the spring.
Spring.
Yeah.
So we just completed our holiday arts and crafts fair this past weekend. It's always at Top of the Mar, and it's Guam's largest arts
I've
and
been
crafts
to
fair.
them. They've
Oh,
got
yeah.
some pretty creative
Yeah, I mean,
stuff.
they've brought in vendors from all over Asia, but also what's interesting is a lot of local and military crafters that you don't normally get to see. They only come out once or twice a year at these events. And it's great to see the local and military communities coming together, you know, selling right next
Yeah.
to each other and becoming good friends,
Yeah.
seeing each other at the Wednesday night markets, and then they,
Yes.
you know,
They all come
start
together under
working
this
together.
one
Right.
fair. This is a really well-attended fair,
Yeah.
too. A lot of people. When I first moved to Guam, that was like one of the first things that they said, go up there if you need
Yeah.
stuff, because I didn't have all my stuff with me. Go up there and find, and that was pretty cool. What you have is a lot of very talented people.
Yes.
And if they're spouses or if they're dependents and somehow or another connected, right, in the military, that have maybe like an incredible talent to do, and they, and cooking skills and recipes. There's got to be a Bible somewhere out there for
Yeah.
military spouses who cook meals and know how to be creative on a budget with a
Right.
lot of kids. I have eaten some of the most bizarre foods using some of the most basic products by women. We call it the military ladies' lunch. That they are so creative with just wrapping bacon around sausage. I mean, stuff like that, and sticking it on a stick. I mean, some of there's got to be. Do you guys ever put out a cookbook? Because I think there was at one time there was an effort toward that.
We don't have a cookbook, but we do have a culinary club that we started this year. One of
really?
our spouses is in culinary school, and so every month she throws an event where she teaches us something new to make. So
Oh,
she
okay.
did steak au bois
Oh, yeah.
once.
Steak au poivre.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I always
au
say it
poivre.
wrong.
That's
She
all
makes
right.
fun of me, but
It's pepper steak.
I
no,
know,
it's
right?
fancy way to say
but
that.
everyone
Steak with
loved
pepper.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we do not have a cookbook, but that's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, every I grew up in the military, and
Mm-hmm.
everywhere we went, and that back then it was every 3 years. Everywhere we went, there was a cookbook
Cookbook.
that you brought with you, and some of the recipes that we have that are from, I'm talking about the 60s and 70s here, from back in the day, have become part of the family staple. So there's that, right?
yes.
Do you cook much? Or are you the?
I do most of the cooking.
I don't
in
want
my
to
household,
exclude you
yes.
from the conversation because you're a guy, but you're a spouse
Well,
that is in support.
So I used to cook at 3 different restaurants.
Okay. So you should be
got
in the culinary
Yeah.
club. Have you done? Have you been yet?
Yeah,
You
but
should do
I've
that.
attended a few of those events. So like steak au poivre, I'm very, very familiar with it.
Yeah.
I've done it before. So yeah, it's not something I actually do every
Sure.
night,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do most of the cooking in my household. Yeah.
Yeah. So the organizations that you contribute to, there are a few of them, so that's pretty good. And so the next event that you're having is it spring. What is that?
Yeah, it would be in the spring. It's our annual Asian Furniture Bazaar, and that one sees, usually between 6 to 8 furniture vendors from around Asia. There's always furniture that comes from Hong Kong, a container. Some that come from Bali, so a lot of Balinese items that you don't normally see at the furniture shops here. You only see them once a year when GNOSC and the USO will bring them in. And so if anyone out there is interested in being a vendor, they can check out the GNOSC page, Guam Naval Officer Spouses Connection vendor page, or also give a call to the USO. That's something that we
Yeah.
definitely have partnered with them with. But also to touch on like the cooking, to show them a little bit of how to make some of our local foods here. USO hosted a cooking demo for the spouses as well, and I showed them how
to
to
do
make
that?
2 kinds of lumpia, actually 3. We also had banana lumpia.
Oh, cool.
And Kelaguen, but a
You
cheating
did the Kelaguen
way. Yeah, I
too?
did.
The cheating method.
The cheating
yeah.
method, but hey,
Hey.
easy, still
Yeah.
very flavorful. So, those
That-
are some of the things that we
in
do
fact,
there.
I think that is the most popular food among military service members who have been stationed here.
Yeah.
Is the Kelaguen and the red white rice
Oh, red
and the
rice.
finadeni.
Yes.
Those are like the top 3 things that people ask me. Can I get the recipe for that before I pack out? Because they need to take that one with them. Yeah. What are you planning for the holidays? You
Oh.
guys have been busy. I mean,
Yes.
we have seen a lot of exercises. There is currently one now, right?
Definitely. There's
Yeah.
always something going on. Just this week, again, Laura's husband just got back, and so the Frank Cable just got back. So we
Yeah.
had a homecoming this week. This weekend we was our furniture holiday arts and crafts fair. What the big events we have coming up though are our annual Thanksgiving dinner that we have at the USO, where we feed anywhere between 600 and 1,200 service
that's
members and
right.
families for free
Where?
at the USO. The Royal Orchid, our host hotel, has been so gracious to donate their ballroom to us every year. So we have a full spread in the ballroom, turkeys and hams donated by Triple J, and all of the sides and desserts prepared by the Guam Naval Officer Spouses
Oh, you
Connection.
guys do
so
that. You're in the
they
kitchen,
literally
huh?
make everything,
Wow.
all the sides and desserts for this event that will
Has
feed
this gr-
about 1,000 people. We
Is it?
expect this
Has
year.
this grown? Has this
It
grown?
absolutely has grown. From several hundred per year, and now it's the lowest amount we get a year is 600. And depending on if there are exercises in town, it can spike up to 1,200.
Yeah. You still have that nice niche down there in Tumon. That's a great spot.
Yeah,
very centrally
amazing
located.
spot. If you haven't been there, definitely come check it out. But it's a 5,000 square feet, again, from the Royal Orchid Hotel. And it's just amazing. Massage chairs, food donated from Winchell's and Infusion and Coca-Cola, Churrasco. I mean, just
You
so much
really
food
see-
all the
I
time
know,
there. I
I
mean,
know.
right?
How do you deal with that? No, honestly, that's
just
pretty
eat it
cool.
all the time.
There's no need to open up a second USO. Or
There
is that
actually is, and we're looking at opening one. We're in the process of looking at opening one on Anderson Air Force Base. There's a lot of rotational and expeditionary forces up there at the moment. Where there are fighters, the Marines sometimes stay there, Army
there's-
THAAD units.
There's the airport, and
yes,
you're constantly
yes.
churning folks
So there's
traveling
always a lot of
through.
people
Yeah.
up there. So we see a great need for that. And so, that again, we try to take care of those service members as well. So we're looking at opening that in addition to our current USO.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, the USO is a lifesaver for a lot of men and women in uniform. And whenever we have like these exercises, I'm thinking you guys be beaming at the seams. There's like up and down Tumon. You see, it's great.
Yes,
it's vibrant.
It is definitely
Yeah.
vibrant. I mean, again, just today we had a ship pull in and several hundred service members arrived on the island, and the USO is their first stop on Guam.
Really?
We just had 100 people show up this morning at 9 a.m. saying, "Hey, we're here," and they're enjoying the internet and everything else there. We do a
The internet's a
Thanksgiving.
big deal. And Thanksgiving.
So we'll offer them Thanksgiving. We have a 5K coming up on December 10th, and of course our Christmas. So we're open 365 days a year. They know it. There's always families that PCS on Christmas Eve or around Thanksgiving, so they're staying in hotels and don't know where to eat or go on Christmas Day, and USO
You'll
will
make
be
sure
there to
that there's a
support them.
place. Guam is kind of generous that way. I think pretty sure that you're getting that idea that people open their
yeah.
doors all the time to the military. And so thank you for your spouse's service and your service as well. And we look forward to keeping in connection with you guys. It's very nice to have met you.
You too.
Take care. Thanks for hooking this one
Yeah,
up.
thank you so much for having us.
It's our pleasure. All righty, that'll do it for us. We'll see you next time on Something to Talk About.